Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Apologies for the technical difficulties in getting going with the broadcast today of the SZR race, but we do have, it looks like, the race getting going here over on the Watopia Figure 8 course right now. So let's jump right into the action. I was able to jump in with Mr. Kim Little, actually, the series leader in the current SZR series race number 4 today in the A's today. I do have, it looks like, the ability to see what's going on in the event somehow, as well as somehow was able to stay within it. I'm not sure if I do actually have only the riders nearby though. I did exit the game and jump right back in, but I'm glad to see that we are at least able to cover what's going on out on the figure 8 on Watopia today for the A category. I do not have categories by the names though. Sorry about that. Seems that Wednesdays are the days that our ISB tends to think it likes to play games with us. But Kim Little up toward the front here. We are seeing 7th place currently here. Current series leader. I'm not sure if I've seen Brett Boniface show up for today. I do have social media integration happening as well. If you do want to jump into the broadcast with any questions or comments, I'm sure I have plenty of them coming through already. I am opening it up. What time is it supposed to start, Peter Cooper? We're supposed to start at 12 noon. So apologies that we've had a little bit of trouble getting going here. But as we wait for the riders that hit the initial climb, they will be heading up the reverse Watopia climb, followed by a descent down the other side. Then they will be taking a left-hand turn at the bottom of the reverse Watopia, and then heading past the start-finish line into the Essies, and then another right-hand turn onto Ocean Boulevard, heading on Ocean Boulevard backwards and back into the forward Watopia climb, finishing out through the Essies forward. So it is a shorter race today for the SZR series. They do a total of 18.4 miles or 29.6 kilometers. So they're going to be absolutely flying out there today at probably finishing up right around the 35 to 40 minute mark or so. Bob Rutsky saying, anyone know how to change my category? I have C in my name and used to be scored as a C. My last 5 races, I was put in A. I know Zwift is not affiliated with Zwift Power, but I can't figure out how to contact my Zwift Power. Need help. Gonna have to quit entering races. Bob, you need to select the race in the game as A, B, or C. You enter the right category, and then you put the correct category in your name as well, just so that it's designated. But as long as you enter the correct category, you should be fine. You can also change categories, I believe, or if there is any kind of designation next to your name on Zwift Power, that is definitely the place to be watching out for that. Brett Boniface now, the most aggressive rider I have seen in the SZR series and been paid off for those attacks. It is on the attack again with a solid 3 seconds immediately up and over the top of the climb here. So it looks like on the reverse Watopia, Brett's not leaving it to chance here and allowing anybody to work against him as a group here, as he is just taken off immediately from the get-go. Immediately a 6-second gap, 158 beats per minute, 421 watts right now. Casey Shum trying to chase that down for his teammate Kim Little here, 6.0 watts per kilogram. I believe Team Experimental has shown up with a few workhorses in here to work for Kim to try and win the series today. Kim Little there, it looks like, sitting in, allowing S. Gray right along with Casey Shum to pull things back together here. Adam Webb now from Vision Cycling holding on. It looks like Laborio here from ODZ at 183 beats per minute just holding on as well. ODZ here with Johnson, I believe, probably the hopeful for the W from that team today. James Hans is hanging on as well for the KISS Racing team in and amongst this lead group that is starting to form at the front now. Rachel Elliott is in there now. It looks like at 171 beats per minute here. The lead woman out on course. Cullen is there as well from ODZ. It looks like out of Canada. Not in the ODZ kit, but has ODZ in the name, hanging out in the Radavas kit actually. Happy Marita there from the UK, also riding for the Marita team in real life, the same as Kim Little, but not for Team Experimental in game, as you can see here. Hamed now out of Belgium, looks like making the chase right along with the ODZ boys, but it will be Boniface who is caught now and maybe gonna be on the back foot after the attack, actually allowing Gray and Hodges to get a little bit of room now. Little not kicking up too much. Thought Boniface might have been away, but not gone just yet, it looks like here. If you would like to interact with the broadcast here, we're going to go ahead and bring in Bob's question here. Thanks a lot for the question, Bob. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to comment on Facebook video feed or tweet at Z Community Live with any questions or comments, you can do so. So for changing category, Bob, make sure when you jump into the race, you select A, B, or C, or D, depending on what category you're looking for the event. And you should be just fine. As long as you select the correct event category when you jump into the event, you should be just fine. All right, now it looks like up and over the top of the climb of the reverse Watopia here, it looks like Boniface here, 5.8 watts per kilogram. Gray now kicking it as well, 156. Shum now sitting in. Ikeb, Erickson, Adam Webb, and then it looks like a lot of PRs here. 328, boys and girls. 328. It just keeps on getting faster. Oh my goodness. That initial attack from Boniface really ramped things up, as you can see here. Shum now up at the front here, 178 beats per minute right now. They are absolutely flying, it looks like, here today, and that is an all-out effort here coming from the riders here at 328 from Berger. I believe it is here. Jay Berger from the SZR race here, but what team is Berger on? I'm not sure. Unfamiliar with this rider here. I'm going to head on over to zwiftpower.com and see what kind of past results he's got. He's got the fastest time up and over the top of the climb right now. Who is S Berger? That is the question today. Let's go ahead and open up zwiftpower.com live results and see if we do have any information on past results for this rider. Nothing coming through just yet. It's not updated. Does look like Schwart has been dropped off, which is an unfamiliar sight actually. Coming out of the US of A, M. Schwart usually able to hang on with the front end of the race, but 25 seconds back at this point. You do see that chase group from the helicopter view, as now these leaders do have a solid 4 seconds. Looks like Webb right along with Diablo Cycling there, and a few others. Actually, no, Diablo Cycling, SZR, right along with Hamid, and then Rachel Elliott, Happy Marita, and Jay Berger, all trying to chase this back down. Jay Berger actually with the 328 was not with the leaders and climbed faster than the leaders, though, because he was behind and made up time on them up and over the top. So perhaps able to bring things back together with those kinds of efforts up and over the top of this climb here. And now into the Essies here. Will they be able to catch back on, or is it GG already for these riders off the back now? Jay Berger here coming out of Germany, it looks like. Looking at this racer, it looks like he's got 19 races out on Zwift, riding for Rue Riders, actually, it looks like, with a first place in the ZHR Contre La Montre. It looks like TT race actually back on September 25th here. We got the SZR Autumn Summer Race Series as well on the 9/13, back 6th place actually in that race, just off the podium for 5 there. Looking back a little further, we are seeing WR1 KISS Europe race in the B's back on October 18th last year, took a win. So it looks like SZR is a series that he is after, though. He likes the SZR races. It looks like this rider does. Jay Berger is going to be Jens Berger here, trying to chase down Happy Marita now, 8.2 watts per kilogram. And it looks like as they make their way through the Essies, this is going to be one of the other contentious points out on course where they may be able to cause some breaks. Boniface going again as they make their way into it. And Boniface, being the most aggressive rider, was rewarded last week. And I call it, it's not official, but I call it most aggressive rider, as he was rewarded last week for these kinds of efforts right here. And you can see exactly what took place in race number 3, as he is off the front again. And last week attacked way out over and over and over again. Eventually got a gap with Le Monstre and was able to outsprint Le Monstre at the line. Here's what happened last week. Coming into the finish line pretty quickly here, and I'm going to have, this is it right here from what I'm being told. Boniface now 10.1 watts per kilogram now on the front end of this race, but 40 has gone from way out as well. Boniface now 10.0 watts per kilogram, going to be able to hold on to it, it looks like, here to the line. I'm being told this was the last lap where I was incorrect. It was not. One more to go. Brett Boniface put all of his chips on the table, is going to be your winner today, it looks like, followed by David. Wait, WBR Davis! Oh my goodness, out of nowhere. He almost nipped it at the line, but it was Boniface, I believe, across line, followed by Davis. We're going to have to wait for the official results. And that is what took place last week out on the London course, but he is still chasing down the current series leader, who is Kim Little here. There's Kim Little over at the CVR World Cup. The week before, here's how Kim Little won that race, and currently throwing down with so 4 it's races. These two Team Experimental, but Kim Little kicking again over the top, 8.3 watts per kilogram, 170 beats per minute. Kim Little is in this for the win. Looks like he is going to take it today with a 4-second gap. He is not going to be caught unless Le Monstre has got orange numbers all day long too. And so that is what took place. Kim Little did end up across the line first in that race. Current series leader in the SZR Autumn Race Series right now. That is with 4 races. Now, it is the best of 12 in your 15 total. So it will start to even itself out as we get further down into the series. Now, Boniface is off the front. We saw this last week, but it was a little bit longer race last week, and he was able to spend some time off the front, get back in the pack, spend some time off the front, get back in the pack, and then have one final attack. Not sure if that's going to work out for him today, being only an 18-mile race. Being off the front this close to the finish line might not pay off for him today. The current situation then, when it comes to the points, will be, it looks like for the A categories at least, Kim Little with 60 points. Boniface there with only 2 races, but has 40 points. 40 there, sitting in third with 30 right now with only 2 races. Now, Kim has showed up to all of the races though, and so he will have 4 total, but he's going to have to hold off the likes of Boniface, who's got, it looks like, in the series, I got to double check here, but I believe he's got at least 2 W's right now. I do have 1 W right here I'm seeing, and then looking again, he took actually a 3rd in the other race that he did. So a win and a 3rd actually in the series. I do not believe that he showed up to race number 2, or did he just get bested? I'm not absolutely positive. We'll have to wait and see. And it looks like it was Kim Little actually that took it. That was on the 4 laps of the hilly reverse. Actually, it looks like Kim Little was able to win that, and Boniface took 3rd in the, I believe that is the first race actually of the series that took place in. So we'll have to see how this does work out. Johnson though and Boniface here doing an ODZ duo off the front, and this was a very smart move. The ODZ man Matt Johnson here makes his way to the front here, and now is going to be the workhorse to try and keep the pack from chasing them down. Now we do see Casey Shum there along with S. Gray sitting in, actually not making the chase just yet. They do see a couple making their way to the front, so maybe not too much of a concern just yet as to what's going on in the front end of this race right now. But if we do see Matt Johnson lay everything down on the line and really put a good lead out and do the work for Boniface now at this point, if he throws down a solid 5.4, like you can see here, 6 watts per kilogram even on the front, just buries himself through the underwater tunnel on Ocean Boulevard, and Boniface can sit in at 3 watts per kilogram, he's going to be able to kick up and over the top of that climb like no other. So it's definitely going to be point of contention here, but Johnson's going to have to play the sacrifice here. He's going to have to play the domestique, or it will be aught for naught here. And maybe even after going across to Boniface at this point, there might not be the effort in the legs. But right now, they are making some matches being burned by Experimental as well as Vision here when they're dragging the rest of the pack up here, actually. At 6 watts per kilogram, it might not be enough kick in order to break the rest of the pack. And they're just going to bring ODZ back into the fold now, it looks like here, and then calm it right on down. But maybe Hodges here from the KR team looking at this as an opportune time to just kind of sneak away off the front at 6 watts per kilogram here rather than orange numbers as it calms down here. Rachel Elliott maybe not going to chase that down, calming it down on the front end of the race here and allowing her teammate to get away. Hodges actually calms it right on down and brings it all back together. It doesn't look like KRT's trying to get away at this point here. So solid racing so far. Very tactical racing. It was good to see a couple of efforts being made to try and get away here at the front end of the race. But sitting in first place here, leading it out, it will be Rachel Elliott here with all the boys here, showing them how it's done here. Hodges now sitting in from the KRT as well. Kim Little, series leader at the back. And it looks like in the chase then a little ways back it will be C-Watt, but I think about 47 seconds back we might not be able to see them there from the helicopter view now. Looking through, I'm going to see if we got any more questions or comments. If you do want to interact with the broadcast, you can go ahead and do so by jumping in over at the Facebook comments or over on Twitter with @Z Community Live. And we did have a little bit of a struggle with some of our internet at the beginning of the broadcast. We had a couple of dropouts, so I'm unable to bring any other categories in today. Apologies to those who are watching looking for B, C, or D category racing today. I am not going to be able to find them out on course because of our limitations from being dropped out from the event. But Boniface here now, 8 watts per kilogram. We'll go ahead and give him a ride on there. Again, kicking again. Again, I would give him that most aggressive rider. Again and again, he attacks off the front, but it might not be it might be the smartest rider on the day. Boniface might be rewarded for these attacks, or you know, we won't know till the finish line here. Is Team Experimental playing their cards correctly with Gray and Shum in the group here, working perhaps for their current series leader, who is Kim Little here. It does look like they are starting to stack these fields in the SZR Autumn Race Series with some riders trying to grab those points now. Now we are seeing, it looks like Webb making his way to the front there, 2.0 watts per kilogram. He is solo though for Vision Cycling in this effort to try and take any of these points in the SZR series. Looking over at the series here, I am seeing it looks like Casey Shum also in the top 10. Grimshaw is there as well, sitting in 7th place. Don't want to count him out. I thought I did see Grimshaw in and amongst these riders, but here goes Boniface again, 9.2 watts per kilogram, continues to be aggressive there. Johnson holding things up at the front end of the pack here, 3.4 watts per kilogram. 8 to 9 watts per kilogram is what's needed in order to gain any kind of ground on the rest of the riders. Backs it off there, 30 miles per hour now, as you can see here. Webb now up toward the front here, 6 watts per kilogram, and actually just going to drag things back together, it looks like here. 147 beats per minute. Ben's now sitting on out of Germany, 5.2. Gray now there as well. Ericsson, it is the pack versus Boniface now, it looks like, as Hoppin Rita sits in along with Shum, and then Aikib Hodges is there as well. And it looks like Boniface again with the aggression, but everybody able to sit in as a few at the front start to drag him right back into the fold. Webb makes it across, but everybody goes right along with him. So Boniface now sitting in again, 4.7 watts per kilogram. Looks like it's comfy time. No, Boniface goes again and again and again and again. He just continues to attack to try and make sure that he can try to get away. Kim Little now following this time, maybe thinking that this one is going to stick. He jumps right on the wheel and actually does not continue on here. Jay Eriksson, they're out of Sweden. Now watch out for this one. Is Eriksson in the leading? Not right now. No, I'm not seeing him in and amongst the leaders at all. So looking through, Eriksson, actually Jonas Eriksson, they're sitting in 21st place right now. He is holding down a solid 8 points actually, and if he does have a solid result, could move up into the top 10 actually today with a good result here for that SZR team. I'm assuming he's riding for the Swedish team there with the Swedish flag there, but we are looking here from Boniface there. Elliott's there as well. Rachel Elliott showing the boys that she can ride right along with them. They're 168 beats per minute right now. Absolutely killing it with the pink socks on here. Kim Little now 382 right along with Boniface now has the KOM. Actually took a KOM jersey. It says just now. That's interesting. On the reverse there. Hodge is now up toward the front again. Closes it right on down to Ericsson. Looks like nobody getting dropped off just yet. Hamid maybe struggling a little bit out of Belgium here with 192 beats per minute right now. Solid efforts all around though. Looking through here, I'm going to see if we do have any more questions or comments over at the Zwift Community Live Mixer channel. I do see a few coming right on through, and it looks like Dr. Williams hanging out. Wallstrom, good to see you here as well. And Kim Little saying, Rachel destroyed me in the SZR TT last night. And Wallstrom saying that the blob always wins. I love the comments there, boys and girls. I'm going to go ahead and open up the Twitch channel as well. I did not have it open until just now. They're going to take a left-hand turn here in just a moment and head right on up the forward Watopia climb. And going to be a battle to the top. Let's hear a prediction. What is it going to be to the top of the climb here? I'm predicting a 142. 142, minute 42 to the top, full on attack, and it will be Kim Little, who's been sitting in, who's going to try and take it from the rest of the field. Who do you think is going to take the KOM here? I'm predicting Kim Little here. We'll see if it's going to happen, though. But Brett Boniface now kicking again. 11 watts per kilogram, 155 beats per minute. Is he fully recovered and ready to go here? Johnson going with him right as well, but it will be Kim now kicking 8 watts per kilogram, 12 watts per kilogram coming from Boniface here. Johnson there, 7 watts per kilogram going away. And now we're going to see the cream rise to the top here, as definitely the orange numbers are flying like crazy. Will Rachel be able to hang on with the attacks here from the boys out the front now? 9 watts per kilogram, orange numbers flying everywhere as they make their way up over the top. 600 watts, 800 watts now from Boniface, trying to break the rest of the field now. As we look down from the helicopter view, there is the gap now. It is a 1 second gap. Will Kim be able to close it down as it is on the second half? Did Boniface put out too much? Now he kicks again, 7 watts per kilogram, as we can see here, and the gap is open. 1 second. Kim's gonna have to jump back on. This is the 2 series leaders in the SZR series. 4 seconds back to Johnson, but 2 seconds back to Little now. It is a full 5 seconds back to Benz. There is the line of riders. Here comes, it looks like Ericsson now, who is sitting in 21st place with 8 points, looking to better that and grab some points in this series, maybe make his way into the top 10. S. Gray now coming on as well. Look at Casey Shum here now, 186 beats per minute. Will he make the lead group that will definitely form over the top here? Now, whether or not there are a group of riders together, though, as they make their way up and over the top is going to be the question. If it's solo riders and there's a large enough group chasing them down, they will not stay away. On the downhill, it is just so incredibly difficult unless everybody is completely toasted at that point. So we'll see if I keep, along with Kim, Little, Gray, will they all get back together here and allow the group to speed things up? It was a I was way off, boys and girls. A 133 from Brett Boniface up and over the top here. And we are seeing 167 beats per minute starting to drop on down now. Kim Little here, 166. He was about 7 seconds off that time, 9 seconds. Now it's about continuance, though, because Kim Little's got the continuance now. He is going at 5.0 watts per kilogram. They got 3 seconds over Johnson. Johnson, if he chases his teammate at this point, Boniface will not stay away, I do not believe. It looks like he is making that chase, and Gray is coming on back here with Grimshaw now. And it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Is it worth it for Johnson to bring this all back and have another teammate together with him? Or will he actually play some games here at the front and try and hold back Kim once they do catch them? We'll have to see how things work out here. Boniface has a solid 9 seconds over Little, as well as Akiba. Akiba now sitting in there, though, from Japan now, 165 beats per minute. Watch out for this rider here. Coming out of Japan, he may be a threat for the W here. We'll have to see how it works out here. So it looks like Gavin Arbor saying Boniface is going to take it. We'll have to see. Gavin is right on, though. He says, told you, Nathan. It is the man, Boniface, on the front end of that group. If you would like to interact just like Mr. Gavin Arbor there. Make sure to go ahead and put your questions or comments into the Zwift Community Live Facebook or tweet at us at Z Community Live. So now it looks like we do have Akib here, 6.5 watts per kilogram, kicking it and trying to get back up to Boniface wheel, knowing that Gray is on his way to the group here, maybe trying to get away before he does so. Kim Little here now kicking one more time as well, trying to stay on the wheel of Akib, but it looks like Kim may be falling off, but Gray here going to put the work in, it looks like, for his teammate. Head down and pushing now at this point, 32 miles per hour. 33 here coming from these two, though, up out the front now. And will they get close down to Johnson now sitting on the wheel here? It looks like of Grimshaw. Grimshaw's also in the top 10 for the series, maybe looking for his debut for a win today. He's currently sitting in 7th place with only one race actually and a full-on 18 points after one race. Did he actually take, it looks like in one of the past races here, Grimshaw took a 2nd place with only one race. That's a full-on 18 points. If he can take a win here, he's going to start being a threat, and maybe if he can get these 12 races in total, I think he's got to race every race from here on out though to make that happen. But if he does do so, he could be a threat in the series here. So watch out for Grimshaw as he closes it down to Boniface and Akib and the rest now. 8 seconds off the back. Looks like it will be Erickson and Benz here, unable to make that lead group. But I think these boys are going to come all back together. Gray here, Little, and Akib. They're going to eventually have to stop going up and over the top of threshold, and they've been in the VO2 max area trying to get away for way too long at this point, and now it's going to be GG for those attacks here. Johnson goes right up to the group here, and does he go right over the top? Will he instigate and cause a chase? It looks like he will. He's got 10 meters. He should work with this in order to force the rest of the riders. Now another attack here coming from Boniface and Little, it looks like, again. And this is just relentless. This is the way to win out on Zwift, though. You have to be relentless like this. You have to kick over and over and over again, because these riders can all ride at that tempo threshold for a long time. It's only a 40-minute race or so. You've got to push it. You got to push it. You got to attack. It's over and over and over again. Full on cyclocross MTB style. And now Boniface here trying to make that happen. Little here now again following up on the wheel. Gray's right along with him, but Johnson off the back now. 2 seconds now. I keep trying to close it down. It looks like Grimshaw almost back on terms. 182 beats per minute. Might not be able to hold on to the wheel. Might be GG for Grimshaw now. 2 seconds as Boniface continues on there. 6.6 watts per kilogram. We're going to see if he's going to be able to take the W again. He's trying to break it apart here. Does not want a sprint finish. I think if it comes down to a sprint finish with a sprint kick like this, man, not sure he's going to be able to take it from him, but we'll have to see if he's going to be able to throw it down here. We're actually looking over the shoulder there, Kim Little in that picture. Absolutely awesome seeing Mark McIntyre screaming at him, go, go, go. And will Little be able to take the sprint here is the question. There are no power-ups in the SZR series. It's pure mano a mano power out there today between these boys at the front end of the race. We do see Shum here hanging out with Jay Berger and Rachel Elliott, actually, it looks like, still within the top 10 almost here, sitting in 11th. Will she be able to grab a top 10 from these boys? Local lad to me, Little for the win. John Rich is calling it out today. Good to hear your prediction there. And let's hear your prediction. Who's going to take the sprint? They're coming to the line here in just a moment, actually. And we've got a prediction here coming from John Rich for the win. Kim Little, I'm going to go ahead and give him a ride on. There he is at the front end of the race. It's only the Essies. What will they be able to do here to the finish line? Will we see any attacks from ODZ to try and get away, or will it be a sprint finish to the line? Matt ODZ here, MT ODZ Johnson. Will he lead it out for Boniface's teammate, or is it just going to be all out slugfest between them all? Gray's got wheel to give to Little here as well. We've got first and second in the series in and amongst the riders here. Lamontre isn't showing up today, so we do not see third place currently in there. Johnson now trying to get away here. It looks like, will he chase? This is interesting. Little is chasing down MT Johnson. Johnson, if I look at the overall series actually at this point, I'm not sure if he's a threat. Actually, he's in fourth place as well. He's only got 2 races actually. ODZ actually looking to take down that first, second place now, right now in the series, actually 40 points right now. is Brett Boniface. Kim Little's got 60, so I'm not sure he's going to be able to take over that first place position even with a win today, but he's looking to trying to chip away at that lead is what it most likely will be. I think Kim Little probably be able to take at least a top 5 amongst these boys, as there's only 1, 2, let's see if we look back here. There's only 6 in amongst them with Gray here. So looking for a top 5 at minimum here, but Kim is looking for the win here. Hasn't been off the front a whole lot. Probably going to have a little bit more glycogen in the legs, a little bit more kick in the legs. We'll have to see how it does turn out here. We've only got a couple K to go, a couple attacks here, a little bit of lightening up of the legs there. MT Johnson here being a little bit of a domestique, I think, here, causing a little bit of cat and mouse to go. Kim Little did follow that up, looking for the W and the most points he can possibly get. That's also going on in his mind, that he's got to get the most points as possible, not just race Boniface here. So he has to chase down Johnson and close that down, actually. Now it's going to be all about the lead-out trains here as they make their way to the line. Grimshaw, Akib, Little, Gray, Boniface here. And it's been Kim Little did win, I believe, on the Watopia last time they met out here. Boniface won out on London. What is going to happen? 10 watts per kilogram, 1 second off the back, maybe in a little bit of bother here. We do see Boniface with a good 20 beats to work with. I think now only 10 beats to work with. Really up into 172, 173. He's going from way out, 12 watts per kilogram. He's not waiting for the downhill, boys and girls. He did this last time. Will he be rewarded for it? Will he be able to continue on with this attack here? He's got a gap. He doesn't want to play around with any kind of lead-out trains. He is the lead-out train. Boniface, 9 watts per kilogram. Kim Little trying to chase it down. Will he be able to kick up and over the top once he catches him? But it's a 2-second gap now. They're matched watt for watt now at this point. 8 watts per kilogram, 8 watts per kilogram. Now Boniface continuing on. Kim Little looks to be unable to close it down. It will be Boniface as we look over the shoulder, I believe, unless Kim Little's got one last kick. It's only 300 meters, 2 seconds to the line. This is 1 and 2 in the series, and Boniface looking to show his dominance in the series. Now fading though. Will he be able to make it to the line before Kim can catch him? 22 meters. He's got it. It looks like it will be Brett Boniface, ODZ for the W. Kim Little follows it up. Grimshaw now with the 3rd place, jumps right on in to that top 5, I believe, with that 3rd place finish, following up by Johnson for 4th, and he'll be jumping up in the ahead of Lamontre now, I believe, for the series as well. What a race, boys and girls. What an attack. Absolutely killing it today. Amazing finish between all of the riders in this A category. Again, those of you who might be tuning in right now and wondering, okay, where's the B's, where's the C's, what is going on? We had a little bit of a technical difficulty as we started the race today. Apologies for that. We'll try and edit it out over on the YouTube. But we had a complete dropout from our internet service provider right as we went live. And so we are unable to be inside of the event, actually. So we are unable to grab the rest of the riders easily. Moving backwards, though, let's see what happened with the rest of the sprint. I am seeing Casey Shum just coming across the line along with Hamed. It looks like here, we'll go ahead and see what happened in the results there. Looks like Rachel Elliott holding down all the jerseys out on Curse. We'll go ahead and give her a ride on after racing against the boys there. I think she probably came in for a top 10 out there today. But the official results that I'm seeing, well, the preliminary results, I should say, as we are looking through here, let's go ahead and see what they are. As I will bring in zwiftpower.com right on our desktop actually here. And I am seeing, it looks like Brett Boniface by 1 second. Solid 5.2 watts per kilogram for 20 minutes. Kim Little there, 4.9 there, taking second. Grimshaw followed by Matt Johnson. Sean Gray, it looks like Sadeo Akib then came in for 6 ahead of Jonas Eriksson. Armin Benz, followed by Jens Berger, and then Casey Shum. Rachel just outside the top 10. Solid ride for her with 5.4 watts per kilogram. She is a TT specialist, that's for sure. Absolutely killing it First woman across the line, Chris Watt, followed by Antoine Hamed, and then Matthias Rum. Solid result there for all the riders. This is the current standings. They are going to be changed up a little bit, but Kim will still be in the lead, followed up by Brett Boniface here. It is 25 points to Brett. That'll push him up into 65, but has 18 points, I believe, to Kim. So he will hold on to first place. Johnson's going to get bumped up in a little bit, as well as Grimshaw taking third out there today. So solid result there between all of the A category riders. All right, next up on Zwift Community Live. That was a short and fast broadcast, boys and girls, and I really wish I could catch the rest of the A's and the B's, but we'll essentially just go looking for them, and that gets a little bit boring, I think, for all of you, to be honest. I mean, I could go looking for them, looking for sprints and all that stuff and waiting around, but I don't think that's going to happen today. If you haven't checked this out already, though, there is some cool new stuff happening out on Zwift. Today, there's going to be a live workout in an hour and 20 minutes, actually. I am going to join the workout. I believe I'm going to have Greg with us. It was kind of up in the air whether or not it was going to happen, but group workout mode is going to be used today, right along with Greg Henderson. Will be progressive lead-out simulations. And so I believe I'm going to go ahead and open up my Zwift mobile link right now and try to jump in to the event. And if we can get into the event, then I will be doing it as well. So if you want to do this, you can do it yourself. I'm actually logged in as Lindsay. That is not what we need. So let's go ahead and log out here real quick. And so if you want to join the event, head on over to your Zwift mobile link or jump into Zwift. And I'm going to go ahead and do this right here live with you guys. Actually, you know, I could just do it and show you guys. That's what I'm going to do. That is the best way to go, I believe. And then we'll be able to see whether or not it is there. So, and go ahead and discard that because I didn't do anything but 22 seconds of join Mr. Kim Little. Also, new to the broadcast schedule, if you guys are wondering what is happening, we do have the weekly windup, and next week we have some new features on there with that new Chain Gang 24 challenge that's going on, and we're going to have some of the innovation boys jumping in with us. That's going to be interesting, a lot of fun to have them on board. I believe we are going to try and get Mr. Tom Hargreaves on as well to talk about Zwift Academy and how it went. If you have any questions or comments, bring them on in. We'll have some chat about anything that you guys want to chat about right now in the broadcast as well. Kim Little with the dazed eyes there. Good try there, Kim. The jump seems like Brett likes to jump early at this point. So interesting to see. We are seeing some interesting stuff here now. I am seeing in game, I'm seeing Rowan King, coach ride with Rowan King there. Interesting. It's already going. Going down here though, let's go ahead and see Zwift group workout. So here we go. Zwift group workout. This is the one right here, I believe, with Coach Henry, starting in an hour and 1 minute. No, maybe that's not it. Zwift group workout starting in an hour and 16. I believe this is the one right here. Now, it doesn't tell you, though, that is the Coach Hendy one, though. It just says Zwift group workout on it, actually. So, starting in an hour and 16, right here, I believe this is the one that we're looking for. I'm going to go ahead and make sure in the Zwift mobile link that it is at 2 p.m. And that is the time for me and for you guys, whatever, an hour and 16 minutes from now is when you want to, is the group workout one that you want to join. Now, there's a lot of them out there right now. If you want to test the group workout, looks like Peter Statina is on right now, actually. Cool to see. There's 2,456 people drifting right now. That has got to be one of the new records, actually pushing some of the new records. I think 3,000 is pushing the highest amount that we've ever seen actually out on Zwift. I am seeing it is Zwift group workout coach Handy lead out simulation. That is what I'm looking at right here, actually on the Zwift mobile link right now. That is the one that I have joined. So make sure that you jump into the Zwift mobile link and find that it is in an hour and 45 minutes. If you'd like to do this lead out simulation, sounds like it's essentially a ramp test that we're doing. So this is going to be fun. I just ate my power bar, drank my coffee, and I'm going to go drink a whole bunch of water and get ready for some suffering. We're going to try and do it live here with you. Hopefully the ISP sticks with us. We had some issues with it when we were getting going, but it looks like we are good to go now. So we will see you in about an hour from now for some live workout with Coach Handy. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And we will see you in 1 hour. And then as well, tomorrow we've got the KISS Europe as well as the Racer Focus. And if you do have anything that you would like featured on the weekly windup, things that are happening that you would like highlighted on Zwift Community Live, make sure to contact us. Let us know, and we will definitely highlight the awesomeness that you got going on in real life or in Zwift in connection with anything Zwift related and your goals in fitness. All right. Again, thanks everybody for tuning in, and see you in about 1 hour.